going on, guys? This is Alex here from dotmod. I just wanted to go over a quick little tutorial with you on how to properly remove, clean, and operate your firing mechanism on the dotSquonk. It's a pretty simple, straightforward task. As it is a mechanical mod, it is something that you need to do from time to time to keep it operating correctly. I've noticed an influx of people having issues with their firing mechanism, and there's a real simple way to be able to clean that up and keep your squonk operating like the day you got it. So I have one here. I have the RDA installed on it. That is important. You're going to want to start out with an RDA installed on your dotSquonk. First step is remove your back panel. Gives you access to your squonk bottle and your battery adapter or your battery, depending on what you have in there. We'll go ahead and remove all that. Next, you can take a pair of tweezers, needle nose pliers, whatever you have available. And there's a C-clip here on the squonk tube. So that has to be removed in order to facilitate what we're going to do here today. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to pull off. It is just a little C-clip. Just be cautious not to bend it and dog-ear it over so that it stays in it retains its shape, and you're able to reinstall that later. So that was the hard part. Next, remove the RDA. And with this being a spring-loaded 510 pin, the RDA was pushing it down so that you had access to that C-clip. Now you just push up from the bottom and your whole mechanism comes out. So you'll notice after a period of time, you'll end up with some juice, some gunk in here. There's a little bit of wear and everything. There is a spring, a washer, and then an O-ring. So these three pieces go in that order. It is very important to remember that whenever you go to reassemble it. At this point, you can take a lint-free cloth, a napkin, whatever you have to clean up your squonk pin. You're going to want to remove any excess juice that's on there, any carbon buildup that's on there. If there are carbon deposits, arc marks, or anything, you can take your tweezers or your needle nose and kind of scrub it off. If you have like an emery board or some really fine sandpaper, you can also use that to help clean it up. After you clean all that off, I recommend using a little isopropyl alcohol to make sure everything's all spick and span. And then you'll put the spring back on, the washer. Make sure it doesn't get stuck in the groove. And then the little blue O-ring, which just holds everything in place. Nothing's on there tight, it's just nice slipped on there. The next step, technically you can run water through this or whatever. I like to use isopropyl just so I don't have to worry about corrosion or anything. The one thing with that is you have to make sure that you get it all completely cleaned out. I use a can of compressed air that you would use for like cleaning up your computer or something. That helps dry everything back out. But you can just take your napkin or whatever, make a nice point, Q-tips work, and you'll go down in here and you'll clean it. Fire your mechanism a few times while you're doing this, help break anything loose. Take and blow through it, make sure everything's clean, and then you're ready for reassembly. Reassembly is as simple as you'll take your pin, drop it back down, reinstall your RDA. And back to the tricky part with the C-clip. So with your RDA screwed down, it gives you enough room to where you can access the groove where the C-clip is going to go. I just kind of get it to sit there, and then I'll use the back end of the tweezers to just push it down until it clips into place. And there you go. That way, whenever you remove your RDA from now on, it being spring loaded, it's not going to go past the C-clip. So that's about the gist of it. That's how you can keep your Squonk operating and firing smoothly.